What up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm Shauna B., herbalist and founder of Matrix Herbal Blends. My professional background is in substance abuse and mental health, which I started over 15 years ago. Today, I've combined all those years and all the passion I have for health and wellness with my knowledge, experience, and skill set, and I present to you all natural, all organic herbal products that have positive effects on each area of your life that makes you, you. Herbs are powerful because they work on every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. My teas come in 5 categories because they speak to the 5 general needs that a person may have in their life. These categories are needs fulfilled. If sedation is the need, then the need comes from lack of sedation, such as overexcitement or hyperactivity. All of us feel there are times when the excitement and the pressure and the everyday get up and go type of life is interfering with the chill out, let me sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor type of living. Anything that requires output requires energy, and anything that energizes is the opposite of anything that relaxes. So we may find ourselves to be very good at multitasking and managing all the different elements of our lives, but also at the same time we could be getting burnt out in the process. We're tired, but we can't sleep. We're exhausted, but we can't relax. We want to close our eyes, but every time we do so, we have images flashing across our eyelids. Lack of sedation is a problem. Lack of relaxation is a problem. We want to relax, but we don't know how to. That's where a blend like Chill Pill would be perfect. It won't bury you under an ice sheet of sedation, but will bathe you in the warm waters of relaxation throughout the day, or you can sip some right before bed for a good night's sleep. Next are vitalizing blends, because on the other hand, sometimes you need to perform at your best. Having that drive towards meeting deadlines saps so much energy from us, yet we need to keep going. The bills still need to be paid, the kids still need to eat, the clothes still need to be washed, yet we sit there exhausted. We want to move, truly, yet we're unable to, truly. We need energy, we need vitalization. We want to start new projects, but we're caught up expending energy from other previous projects we have going on. So creativity cannot flourish. The herbs I select for this category vitalize you. They provide that inner springboard that you need to go on that vacation, to cook that meal, to buy that bouquet of flowers. But not something that zings your neural pathways and takes on a life of its own like a drug. Nah, something that works with you to give you that pep in your step. We're living in a world where we have to rely on ourselves more and more, and most of us have stronger parts of us and weaker parts of us. The stronger parts of ourselves, most of the time, function just fine. As a matter of fact, sometimes they work so well that they carry the burden for the whole system because the weaker parts of ourselves are too weak to carry the load that they could be lifting. So what happens is the stronger parts of us get exhausted while the weaker parts of us feel threatened existentially. Because when the stronger parts get exhausted, the weaker parts have no protection. Yet they're left with picking up the slack when the stronger parts are tired. Guess what? That's the natural way of how things work. However, what's also natural is while the stronger parts of us are doing the work, we could be feeding the weaker parts and nourishing the weaker parts of ourselves that are resting. But they're not just sitting there idly. They're developing. It's almost like a little chick or a little baby that's born and get nourished. The parents are keeping the whole family alive, nourishing themselves while the baby is still getting fed. And this is where my nutritive blends come in. They're feeding those baby parts of us that need nourishment and need to get nourishment while they could afford to sit there and consume. As we go about our lives and perform the functions we perform, whether it be functions that we're good at or functions that we're trying to get better at, all those things require movement. Movement always has a byproduct, and that byproduct is wear and tear. Whatever your gears are composed of, those gears, in fact, are subject to friction. Mental friction, emotional friction, physical friction. Whatever your goals are, protect and nourish your vital organs. Make sure you never reach a point where you have an unexpected breakdown by looking inside yourself first and seeing which parts of you need protecting. There are things in our lives that we need to keep there, things that keep us sane emotionally, physically, and mentally. When you take a holistic approach to health, there are things that should happen consistently, just because they're what's needed for all other practices to be successful. These are practices that maintain the balance of whatever's already going on. Adaptogenic herbs work with our bodies in a similar fashion. For example, if you're stressed, cortisol levels will elevate, and an adaptogen herb will respond by reducing those cortisol levels. Conversely, if you experience chronic fatigue with low cortisol levels, an adaptogen herb will work by increasing those cortisol levels. Although the herbs do not prevent stressful things from happening, research shows that they can help your body to physically respond to them. With each warm, calming sip, drinking a cup of tea is a great way to pause and overcome many stressors. Now you have some insight into the thought process about how I formulate my blends. Check out my website, www.matrixherbals.com, for all your herbal wellness needs and for some other helpful home remedies. Until next time, ciao!